we've got Martin Pluat, who's very kindly come all this way to say a couple of words. Martin, if you could like to come to the front. You probably all know Martin Pluat. He's been doing commendable work. So we'll give it.
Hello, thank you, my friends. It is good to be here, very good to be here. I see the red and the yellow flag of Tigray. I see the red, white and blue of Britain. And I see the flag of Eritrea. And I say this says one thing to me. It says unity, that we move forward, that there is an end to this terrible, terrible, appalling war that is causing so much hurt and suffering for everybody. And as a man, I want to say one thing. I am horrified and shocked by what my gender is doing to women in Tigray. That 10,000 women at least have been raped and have been abused is appalling. And all I can say is that I am personally horrified. And I know that this is often being done by young Eritreans whom I have supported for nearly 30 years. I continue to stand with the Eritrean people, but I do not stand with the brutalized troops of Eritrea who are inside Tigray. This is not part of their culture. They have been abused by President Isaias, and this is the result. But I think this is a wonderful turnout. I think it is remarkable that you have got so many people. There are people who have come here from Leeds. There are people who have come here from Birmingham. And of course there are people here from London, like me. I also symbolize one other thing. I myself was born at the other end of Africa. I am from Cape Town. And I know you are from the north of Africa. But I hope that I symbolize in some small way the unity of Africa with the people of Tigray in their time of trial. Unity and strength is what we must seek for. But I must tell you that there is one thing that you must do. Let me ask you all to be honest. Anybody who has written to their member of parliament, put up your hand now. Good for you. I'm delighted to see so many of you engaged. Do not allow this to be your last act. You live in a democracy, and you can reach out through your trade union, through your church, through your member of parliament, through your councillors. We must go beyond the community that we see here today and inform the British people so that they act together to destroy the appalling atrocity that is taking place in Tigray right now. Because I say this to you, this is not just a fight for Tigray. What we now see is the unity of three dictators, three people who have no legitimacy. President Isaias has never been elected by the people of Eritrea. Prime Minister Abiy, his time is finished. He has no legitimacy. And Farmajo in Somalia is in exactly the same position. He has no legitimacy. These people call themselves leaders. They stand on the world stage, but they have not the support of their people. Unless you win an election, a democratic, fair election, you do not have the right to speak on behalf of your people. The people of Tigray showed that it was possible, even at a time of COVID, to carefully go and consult the people, and the result was clear. We know what happened. The TPLF won, and the Tigrayan people... And you can say genuinely that your leaders have legitimacy. They have the right to speak on your behalf. And attempts to crush them will fail because you will stand with them. All I can say is, I think, in my heart of hearts, I think this will not be a quick fight. This is one that is going to take a long time. I have not forgotten that the last time the people of Tigray stood up was from the mid-1970s to 1991. That's leaving aside the border war. You stood up for many years and you fought. And frankly, I'm afraid that is what you may have to do again. It is not something I want. I want peace. I want freedom. I want democracy. I want food. I want humanity for the people of the Horn of Africa. But if you have to fight, sometimes you have to fight. The people of Britain, the people of London, stood for 5 long years as bombs rained down on this city. There's a person I spoke to here who's from Poland, and the people, the Polish, they sent their fighters in the air to fight alongside the people of Britain, and they saved London. And I'm afraid, I think you have to be ready to make those kind of sacrifices again. So I promise you, as long as I'm around, I will speak with you, I'll speak for you, I'll do what I can. Solidarity freedom! Thank you!
Need a bigger round of applause for Martin Pluat! Come on! Martin Pluat! Thank you, Martin, for all your hard work, all that you have done the last 6 months, and all you continue to do. Next, I'm introducing Gail Warden. Some of you guys might be familiar with Gail. Gail is a friend of Tigray, the people of Tigray. She worked with the TPLF in the 1990s, so she knows a lot of the leadership very well. And she's very saddened by the current situation in Tigray. So I'm going to pass over to Gail to say a couple of words.
Yeah, hi everybody. Just wanted to say how proud I am to be here today and how proud I am of the recent 30 years of history with all the progress that has been made in that time, which are now being described as 27 years of darkness, which I find incredibly ironic. So just wanted to remind you just how powerful democracy can be and how you grasp it recently with a brilliant election, because my background is constitutional reform as well, so voting is and democracy is really, really important, and I was amazed at how well that election went. And again, it is incredibly ironic that unelected dictators are bombing and killing the only region in the country that's actually democratically elected. And I saw this poster over here, return our elected government to Tigray, and I say yes, yes, yes. That is what needs to happen. They must never be allowed to take that away from you. And you were the last region, all the others have succumbed to placement. So, it's very important to really push for that. So, congratulations on that election. And one day, I'm sure, that will be, the government will return, peace will come. We just have to push really hard. Now, there are 2 ways you can help do that. I know you've probably written to your MPs already, but write to them again. If you can, write to your local councillors as well. And I'm wondering why the BBC Domestic has been quite so quiet about this whole conflict. They did something about 10 days ago about the people that were killed and thrown off cliffs. Finally they did that. They've maybe covered it once or twice before then, but otherwise, silence. Why? BBC World Service can cover it, so why can't BBC Domestic? So, anyway, so what you should do is write and complain to the BBC. So you've got a lot of writing to do, or tweeting, you can do it through tweets. Just get out there and put pressure on the BBC, and we're going to make them cover it in future. And yeah, the UN Security Council has, shifted, so that's progress. The EU has done some stuff, that's good, that the sanctions are there and they've withdrawn aid or withheld aid for the moment. So there is progress, but we must keep up that pressure. So over to you guys, and I'll just keep doing the same as well. Just push, push, push. Okay, onward and upwards. Okay.
Thank you, Gail. I'm sure you guys heard what she said. She gave you 2 points of action. One is write to your representatives again. It doesn't matter whether you've written to them before. You need to bombard them with letters. You need to bombard your local representatives, your MPs with letters. It does not matter if you have written to them before. Second point of action she's given you is to write to the BBC. The BBC has failed Tigray because they have failed to report on the atrocities that is going on the region. Now, 2 points of action. 1, write to your representatives. 2, write to the BBC and other press outlets. Thank you, Gail, for your very valuable advice.